right now I don't have money to get goats, but maybe I'll have them a little sooner than I expect to have them. Maybe some good fortune will come my way and I'll get a good deal, or I'll find some. But I'm planning for the future, and I'm making these enclosed spaces where I can turn the goat loose hopefully one day and they just can't get out. I don't really have the money right now to buy a fence, and what I'm working on is planting a fence. Now I know if you was going to grow pine trees, to grow logs, or even just to rake pine straw or anything, you wouldn't plant them as close together as I got them planted. But it rained a bunch and softened the ground, and I was able to pull them up. I could have dug them out to not damage the roots and have more soil around the roots and everything, but you know, I got to think about labor too, and time, and you know, some of these may die, but I can plant some more in their place. And I'm going to mulch them and keep them watered. Styrofoam's blowing over here. I done picked up one piece. Anyway, see how I got them real close together. And I also got a strip of acorns. I don't know if they're going to sprout or not, or if squirrel are going to dig them all up. But I'm going to dig a trench to hold water and to pile some more dirt around them. And it's not just going to be pine trees here, but these are forming the fence post. I'll probably put, anytime a mimosa tree sprouts somewhere I don't want it, I'll probably come and put it in this row. I'll probably put some vines. I'll probably put some, you know, sometimes I might plant a row here and have some beans or just different vines run up through here. I may put a few grapevines, put some thorny blackberries, basically I'm going to make a very dense wall of vegetation that hopefully one day will keep a goat in. And the goats can eat pine needles. If I put a goat here right now, they'd eat the whole plant. But when the trees get bigger anyway, and I can prune them, and I can plant some other trees that I can maybe plant some Japanese dappled maple, plants that I can weave back and forth, and I'll eventually make a dense living wooden fence. And I'll train the branches to grow side to side, and if they start going toward the neighbors, I'll cut them branches off so they don't overhang on their property. I come out here and I strung a piece of twine really tight all the way across, and I started planting, but the wind was blowing and bending the string, so I had to go back and tighten it, and I move a few trees over a little bit and tilt them back this way. But you know, the string was blowing to the left and the right. You see where the other pole is and where this pole is. I got them stepped back anywhere. Some are stepped back a foot, but some are only stepped back maybe 8 inches and half a foot, because I didn't realize the wind was blowing on that string and that it had lost some of its tension. But I'll run that string real tight as it grows from time to time, and make sure they're coming back this way, and it's a windbreak. And now, you know, there's certain trees there's certain plants that'll already want to grow on this line just because of the shelter from the wind. And also I just like every bit of my property's borders to have trees as a privacy fence, and also to kind of keep up with where the border is at. I'm gonna come out here and lay branches down that can rot and build up the soil. I'm gonna lay pine straw all down there, and I'm going to get to work watering everything I just planted. And also, one benefit here is I'll be able to rake up straw. Now this area here in the middle, I'm not going to do anything with it because, I mean, I will eventually, but I've got a buddy who wants to grow some peanuts, and I think I'm going to let him grow peanuts here and tax him 10%. And I also have too much water in here to be able to get down to my clay, so I don't care if he uses all the water he wants from here. If he's got a generator or something, he can put a pump in there and pump water up here and water his peanuts. And I know when, like, my grandparents, some of my grandparents on the Browning side of the family, they own land, but my granddaddy, my daddy's mama was a sharecropper. My mama's family, a lot of them sharecropped before they got a little bit of land themselves. And they used to take half. You know, the landowner would provide the land, and you would plant all the crops, and you'd get half and they'd get half. The Egyptians would take 20%. And I'm just not going to take all that much. I don't really, you know, I've got so much going on everywhere else that I'm not getting anything from this land right now, except occasionally I can get some grass clippings and stuff. And I could let him, you know, plant peanuts here a year or two, and 10% of his peanuts is more than nothing. And also, I want to help him out, you know. I don't want to overcharge him. I don't even care if I'm undercharging him. And also, I want him to know, you know, see, there's a little slip of shade all the way through now that didn't used to be there because I just planted this. That alone is going to make things want to grow there. But he'll know very clearly, hey, don't plant peanuts over there. There's the border, you know. So, I guess I'll send this to him too, so he'll see. There's a good bit of land here. He could cut rows this way on this condor to catch water and slow. All that water that would drain off could be watering his peanuts, just natural rainwater draining down this hill. And if he needed more water, he could walk down here and get as much, or siphon it uphill, or put a motor and a pump up there. You know, he'd have to take a lot of water before it would matter. And, you know, I'm going to send this to him and show him what I'm talking about.